It is windy, it is hot, and I don't feel a fucking thing right now, to say the least. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to our episode of Nolan Mr. Lucas Monday Night Raw April 28, 2025 review. It is hot as hell right now in Syracuse, New York. Now, I'm upstairs in my studio, obviously. A little bit outside my studio because there's a lot of this. It's so hot as fuck in that studio right now. And I am so hot it is right now. Imagine how it's hot in my studio. My studio is even more soundproof, and I close the door. Oh my god, it'd be hot as fuck, to say the least. Sorry for dropping so many F-bombs, but man, it's just so freaking hot today. It went to a high of 86. And now it's dropping to 68 because of freaking thunderstorms. Thunderstorms in my area. I mean, it's not that bad, in all honesty, like my meteorologist tries to make it out to be. Oh, there's power lines are down, or trees are down, and no people with no power on the north side of Syracuse, New York. Meanwhile, I have power, and I have plenty of trees still up, and there's no power lines down. So nice try. Nice try. I feel like propaganda BS, in all honesty. What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing today? I'm your host, always, Lucas Sound, Lucas Sound on Twitter and Instagram. Facebook, Nolan Mr. Lucas. TikTok, Nolan Mr. Lucas as well. I want to get your Monday Night Raw because I'm freaking hot as hell. I believe the meteorologist says it was fucking hot as hell today. It is hot as hell. It's very windy outside, though. It's very windy outside for sure. I have no fan right now. I'm freaking stuck hot. I don't mind putting my AC yet. But it's something I'm not going to put in there right away, obviously. It'd be like way too soon, no honesty. But you get the point. It is hot as fucking Syracuse, New York, to say the least, people. What's going on your Monday Night Raw review? Let's go. Seth Rollins and Bron Breakker and Paul Heyman start the show. More dangerous alliance, and there's no group to stable to get the point, though. So Seth Rollins, Bron Breakker, and Paul Heyman start the show, and Sami Zayn interrupts Rollins. And Sami calls Seth Rollins a jealous man for stealing payment from Roman Reigns and CM Punk. And Rollins eventually gives Sami an offer to get him off of Monday Night Raw and put him on Friday Night Smackdown. That was pretty interesting. Start with Seth Rollins and Sami Zayn. It was maybe a little bit of a wild prediction at the end of the show, this podcast. Or maybe WrestleMania 42 early predictions for Seth Rollins and Sami Zayn. I'm going to discuss that at the very end of the podcast. We're also going to be discussing Rhea Ripley versus Roxanne Perez. Ends in a no contest after Giulia nails Ripley in her bad leg. Roxanne took out her leg, obviously, during the match. And both Perez and Giulia attacked Ripley until Iyo Sky made the save to finish off the segment. Discuss that. Also, Logan Paul comes out and wants a shot at Jey Uso and the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, and Jey comes out and super kicks Logan Paul to finish off the segment. Discuss that. Also, some maybe more likely like the low point of the show. The Warriors defeat Judgement Day, Finn Balor, and JD McDonough. I'll put my notes here. Discuss that. Very okay match for what that was. It's probably the worst thing in the show, though, in all honesty. So this show is pretty decent. It's not as good as the Raw after Mania last week, but it's still a pretty good show, in all honesty. We'll discuss that. Also, then Becky Lynch is a promo and reveals that she attacked Bayley at WrestleMania 41. And Lyra Valkyria came out as well, and both women had a mini brawl, with Becky Lynch winning the battle, and all in honesty at the end. Discuss that. Also, Stephanie Vaquer defeats Ivy Nile. Our glorious Dark Age was back at Gunther Nick Aldis on Monday Night Raw and television. Obviously, your NXT Women's Champion. And she defeats Ivy Nile. It was a very good match, too, to both women. Just love me some Stephanie Vaquer on Monday Night Raw, no honestly. I'll over any freaking night. Raw, SmackDown, NXT. Fuck, maybe in AEW, even one of these days as well. We started Forbidden Door, you get the point, though. Discuss that. Also, just back, Pat McAfee addresses the attack last week by Gunther. And Nick Aldis, the SmackDown general manager, who was hired in the show last night. After Adam Pearce was off the week for some reason. I don't know what the reason was, but we can find out later on. Nick Aldis gives Pat McAfee his wish and will face Gunther at Backlash in a non-sanctioned match. We'll discuss that, and pretty fun promo for their analysis as well from Pat McAfee. We're going to be discussing that. Also, some Sami Zayn, the main event segment, main event match as well. Tells Seth Rollins that he doesn't accept Seth's offer. And Bron Breakker defeats Sami via referee stoppage. And after the match, both Rollins and Breakker destroy Sami Zayn to close the show. That was a pretty fun beatdown as well. I like the fact that he gives Sami Zayn a full file loss here. I know it's referee stoppage, basically is it now anyways. But he gets the point. This big time prediction is shared about WrestleMania 42, made for a WWE World Heavyweight Championship. So I do expect Seth Rollins to beat Jey Uso eventually for a world title. And we're going to discuss at the end of the show. We're discussing all today's podcast, Joe, maybe as always, since it's this week, Monday Night Raw review for April 28th, 2025. Starting with, you guessed it, starting with Seth Rollins, Bron Breakker, and Paul Heyman, but dangerous alliance they got here with all three men. They start the show, and Sami Zayn interrupts Rollins, and Sami calls Seth a jealous man for stealing Heyman from Roman Reigns, Roman Reigns being his wise man, obviously, for Roman Reigns, Paul Heyman. And CM Punk being CM Punk's best friend, advocate, obviously. And Rollins eventually gives Sami Zayn an offer to get him off of Raw and put him on Friday Night Smackdown. And even backstage, Paul Heyman gave him a little bit of a offer on the table to have Sami Zayn face doing a John Cena and Randy Orton for the undisputed WWE Championship soon or after Backlash for said championship. And I thought that was freaking brilliant. That's just a pretty fun start to the show. And it ended up the start with all three men here over obviously Seth Rollins, Bron Breakker, and Paul Heyman. And also Sami Zayn involved as well. And it started off the show and ended the show with these four men. And it's basically a little bit off for it to end up being Monday Night for Raw, in all honesty. It's a pretty fun start. I like them starting the show and ending the show with all four of these men here. I absolutely like this big time. It's overall great. It's all rated B+. Very fun start, in all honesty. And I like the fact they started the Dangerous Alliance once again. I do wish, however, in all honesty, they get rid of Seth Rollins' theme song. Maybe it happen next week on Raw. We'll even find out. With the whoa theme song. I'm just tired of that. Especially when he's a freaking heel now. Like, come on. This man needs a better theme song right now. Like, you're not going to be his babyface team as a freaking heel. Makes no fucking sense, man. So hopefully getting a team change with Seth Rollins and maybe a Dangerous Alliance as well. I kind of like Bron Breakker's team. Again, that he can stay. I'm just strictly based off of Seth Rollins. Like, give this man a theme song change, please. He's now a heel. Like, come on. He needs to be a heel full throttle. And you give him a heel theme in all honesty to start the show. But I do like to start the show with this. Give it a B+. Going on to Rhea Ripley versus Roxanne Perez. Ends in no contest after Giulia nails Roxanne. Nails Ripley and her bad leg. Also, Roxanne was looking on the leg during this match. And both Perez and Giulia attack Ripley until Iyo Sky, the reigning defending WWE Women's World Champion, made a save for Ripley. They gave us a very fun match between Roxanne and Rhea Ripley. And I'm glad I didn't give Roxanne a full-far loss here. And I know she obviously lost the match, but she didn't take a pinfall loss. I absolutely like that, because she's been taking a lot of freaking pinfall L's recently. Took one last week against Stephanie Vaquer, and a bunch of L's in the past, like against Kalani Jordan for qualification for a match at Stand Deliver. For the NXT Women's North American Championship ladder match, you get that point. And a bunch of else has been taking that and freaking been hating that. So I'm glad Roxanne didn't take a full fall loss. I know she technically lost the match, but at least she didn't take a pinfall L from Rhea Ripley. I very much appreciate Triple H for doing that big time. It's not going to be, but please, love of God, please don't tell me Roxanne Perez and Giulia are in a fucking tag team. Listen, you have a lot of aura to them, but these two need to be in singles wrestlers. But yeah, we're having these two in a freaking tag team. I'm going to give us the benefit of the doubt. But still, like, why are we having Roxanne and Giulia so far in a tag team in the main roster? Just makes no freaking sense, in all honesty. Especially since Giulia came to the company, first came to WWE, and obviously want to take Roxanne Perez's NXT Women's Championship. What was it? NXT No Mercy, obviously, last year? Like, dude, now all of a sudden they're a freaking good old buddy because they're both heels now. It makes no fucking sense. Well, I hope the guys see it, and that's not the case, though. But still, if I'm asking Rhea Ripley and Roxanne Perez, you know, give it a B. It's Logan Paul. He comes out and wants a shot at Jey Uso in a WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And Jey comes out and gives a super kick to Logan Paul. I'll be honest, I don't know what everyone's thinking. Oh, it's such a great promo with Logan Paul and Jey Uso. Listen, I don't mind the match. It might be a hot take. I don't mind the match between Jey Uso and Logan Paul for Backlash for a World Heavyweight title. I don't mind that. But this promo is bizarre. Bizarre for sure. Now, I trust me, I know Logan Paul won his match at WrestleMania against AJ Styles. Part of the reason why he's getting this championship shot. I get that part. But this promo was just bizarre and just very short-lived, in all honesty. It wasn't bad the time they were given in this type of scenario, but still, it gets an all grade of a B. Still a pretty decent second, but they just did no time to these two. It's kind of bizarre. But I'll be honest, I do like seeing Logan Paul being the first competitor for Jey Uso as a WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Probably IWC probably hates this big time for whatever reason you might say, but I don't mind it for whatsoever. Give us a B. Oh, but Jey Uso's not World Heavyweight Championship worthy. The crowd tells you otherwise. Is he the best in-ring performer? No. But he's over as hell with the audience. Sells a lot of merchandise, so you freaking assholes like it or not. Get over it! Jey Uso is your WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Get over it, dumb fucks. Oh my gosh, still seems like, well, Jey Uso he's not World Heavyweight Championship worthy, man. Who the fuck cares what you fucking think, you stupid freaking moron? Have you watched the product or you watched the product? The answer is probably no, if you ask me, for you stupid idiots. B is your grade. Moving on to the Warriors. Eric and Ivar, the Viking Raiders. Oh my fucking god. The Warriors, Eric and Ivar defeat the Judgement Day's Shane McDonough and Finn Balor. Probably a low point of the show. I couldn't stand a New Day on this set in this commentary group either. With Pat McAfee and Michael Cole. What is fucking mighty have fallen for the New Day's heel turn on Big E? This is one of the most dropped heel turns, and it's so freaking sad, in all honesty. Like, in this one of the greatest heel turns of all time, my honest opinion, I think that big time, that heel turn on Big E. One of the most important heel turns probably in professional wrestling almost. Well, maybe it's almost. And they dropped the fucking ball on this so bad that it's not going to recover whether a tag team title win or not for a New Day. That's why I said, why the fuck did the Warriors lose their titles at WrestleMania? Now, they didn't have a tag team title run to begin with good either. I'll give you that. But neither is the freaking New Day. We need to get rid of the World Tag Team titles and strictly worry about one set of tag team titles. We don't need two divisions. I'm sorry. We just don't need two divisions on Raw and SmackDown. I don't know why people are so up in arms. Well, Triple H will be last year being on WrestleMania for, we need to merge back with Raw and SmackDown tag team titles this time, World Tag Team titles and WWE tag team titles. Like, I don't get your fucking opinion. Like, what are you talking about? What is so special about that? And I'm sorry you're a freaking thunder outside my house. It's very thunderstorm heavy in Syracuse, New York. But man, like, still, like, why do we need two tag team titles? Like, I don't get why you need two divisions. It's just so freaking dumb. You have barely any teams award to go full far with. Just my opinion. This gets longer of a B minus, so it's okay for match for what it was, but easily the worst thing in the show, in all honesty. Give it a B minus. It was like a whatever match to say the least, man. Whatever, B minus is your grade. Moving on to Becky Lynch. She has a promo and she reveals that she attacked Bayley at WrestleMania 41. And Lyra Valkyria, the reigning defending WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion, came out and both had a mini brawl with Becky Lynch standing tall in the end by attacking Lyra Valkyria in the back of her back in all honesty as well. Believe it or not, this was pretty good. I like the fact that Becky Lynch was a revealer of being an attacker at Bayley at WrestleMania 41 in the backstage segment. I don't know the footage is. Becky Lynch did say she had footage. I didn't get that part. She didn't reveal the footage. She just told her she revealed it for be attacking Bayley. Whatever, man. But this is just a different story for another day, I guess. So I like the fact that Becky Lynch did reveal to the public she attacked Bayley. And by the way, the match is confirmed to Backlash for Lyra Valkyria and Becky Lynch for the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. And you know what? If it's a multi-match thing here, let's give Becky Lynch a title here. I know, but it's Becky Hogan. I am so fucking sick and tired of both Hogan's freaking propaganda bullshit, man. Like, you heard thunder outside my house. You can't make it out of Mother Nature, man. She can be something else, to say the least. Oh my god. Thunder, like, I can't argue any freaking thing about any podcast or any bullshit happening. It's ridiculous, man. But Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria is announced for Backlash for Women's Intercontinental Championship. Finally, when the mid-card titles being defended on pay-per-view or PLE in general. Wow, Triple H took your freaking ass long enough. Granted, it's one of the biggest stars in the company and Becky Lynch, but still. This could already aim my. So I actually like this promo quite a bit from Becky Lynch. Was a little bit bizarre in all honesty, maybe a tiny bit. That's why it's not like an A range or an A plus range. It's an A minus. I do like this promo a little bit from Becky Lynch. I like the fact that she revealed herself to be an attacker on Bayley and revealed herself why she attacked Lyra Valkyria after her and Lyra lost to women's tag team titles, Liv Morgan and Kelly Reese last week on Raw. I did like that promo quite a bit. I like this so good, I'll read them A minus. And so yeah, that's all you want, honestly. Giving her like explanations on the attackers and everything. And what happened, like why you attacked this person, why you turned on that person. I like that, honestly. I like the fact she announced this for sure. Give it all over A minus. Moving on, Stephanie Vaquer, the lovely, glorious Stephanie Vaquer, the reigning defending WWE Women's NXT Champion. I almost said Women's Intercontinental, NXT Women's Champion, excuse me. She defeats Ivy Nile. This is a pretty fun match, in all honesty. This was a freaking very fun match. As Stephanie Vaquer is every fucking phenomenal match. Maybe it's not phenomenal, but you get the point. It's very good for what it was. Gave it a B+, and Stephanie is just fucking incredible, dude. You just look at her, she just speaks freaking megastar potential. She already is a fucking megastar in what, 26 years old she is? That is fucking crazy, man. Ever since she had a match with my girl Mercedes, man, and Forbidden Door, I was obviously way attached to Stephanie freaking Vaquer. Oh my fucking god, man. Is she a freaking gorgeous woman or what? And a badass wrestler, by the way, as well. Fucking phenomenal Stephanie Vaquer. Mega star in all but professional wrestling for women's side of things, for sure. And this matching her, Ivy Nile is already a B+. Pretty fun match, though. I was not expecting this to be a B+ range, but then again, Stephanie is fucking phenomenal what she does. And Ivy Nile is not a bad professional wrestler. I kind of like Ivy Nile quite a bit. Hope she can ever be a contention for a women's Intercontinental Championship sooner around later, because you need some more contention as well. This is a B+, man. This is a B+ with Stephanie Vaquer and Ivy Nile as well. B+ is your grade. Moving on, Pat McAfee. He addresses the attack last week by Gunther and Nick Aldis, who was filling for Adam Pearce for obviously the SmackDown general manager. Is that Nick Aldis? But obviously Adam Pearce was on the show last night, so Nick Aldis took the over duties in all honesty for Monday Night Raw last night. Nick Aldis gives Pat McAfee his wish to face Gunther at Backlash in a non-sanctioned match as well. Because Gunther was actually suspended and also fined about $1 million to say the least. Because he was an attack with Pat McAfee, also Michael Cole as well in the commentary booth. But you know, I like this segment quite a bit. I love the intensity Pat McAfee did in this promo. Dropping quite a few F-bombs, you see that motherfucker he dropped? He dropped what? What else he dropped? Fucked up in all honesty as well. He dropped that bomb and I'm like, oh my god. If only this was Peacock wasn't bleeped out, man, that would be even better, man. That would have been even fucking better. But this gets an all grade with an A-. Absolutely freaking like this promo quite a bit from Pat McAfee. I love the intensity he brought in this promo. And him being his back from Michael Cole, him being his back and everything. I like this quite a bit. It's not even A-. And Gunther and Pat McAfee, I don't think it'd be interested in this match. But obviously I'm not kind of interested in this match, to say the least. I know Pat McAfee is not a profile wrestler. I get that. Trust me, people. I understand your criticism about this. And, well, Pat McAfee is taking a spot from the roster at PLE and everything. I understand you big time for that. But at least this has some sort of story. So I can ask for PLEs and everything. If there's a celebrity being in a match, I'll like to some sort of a story involved. And I obviously like this with some sort of story with Pat McAfee being involved with Gunther and everything. It should be an underrated match. I know Pat McAfee is what, like 49 years old, something like that. At least he's 40 upper ranges, maybe he's 50, I don't even freaking know. But this is name I absolutely like this promo from Pat McAfee. It's a pretty fun segment in all honesty as well. A- is your grade. Pat McAfee gets his wish and faces Gunther in an unsanctioned match at Backlash in St. Louis, Missouri. A- is your grade. Moving on to your main event segment, and main event match as well. Moving on to Sami Zayn, your final segment of Grand on the show. He tells Seth Rollins that he doesn't accept Seth's offer to move into Friday Night Smackdown with Paul Heyman, and a shot at John Cena Randy Orton for the undisputed WWE Championship. And Bron Breakker defeats Sami via referee stoppage, and after the match, both Rollins and Breakker destroy Sami Zayn to close the show. Also, Seth Rollins gave Sami Zayn a curb stomp to end the show as well. But you're not absolutely freaking like this big time. This gets an A. This gets an A for my best day on the show. And by the way, I have this wild pitch. You might be thinking, Lucas, are you high or something? Well, guess what? I'm not high, obviously. I'm not going to tell you if I do or not. I ain't going to tell you. But I feel like this. Let's just say Seth Rollins. I do think Seth Rollins won the beat Jey Uso dethroned for a WWE Championship. Maybe at SummerSlam this year, maybe sometime before that. And then this might be a little bit of fantasy booking, in all honesty, but hang on. It's what I do on the podcast. It's what I do, honestly. I'm going to have Seth Rollins beat Sami Zayn. Seth Rollins beat Jey Uso at SummerSlam. I'm just going to start this, honestly. I'm going to say before maybe Sami Zayn and Seth Rollins wrestled before. Maybe Rollins beats him. It's a different story for another day. But I'm going to have Seth Rollins beat Jey Uso at SummerSlam and dethrone him for a WWE Championship. And carry that all the way to WrestleMania 42 in New Orleans, Louisiana. You know what? Night 1 of WrestleMania main event. Let's have Sami Zayn win the 2026 Men's Royal Rumble match, which obviously is taking place, in Saudi Arabia? I heard Sami is lovable as hell in Saudi Arabia. I'm sure you love this big time in Saudi Arabia. So there you go. It fits the story even better, in all honesty. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Saudi Arabia getting a Royal Rumble. It's a different story for another day, though, to say the least, as well. But Sami Zayn, in my opinion, is the umpteenth favorite right now to win the 2026 Men's Royal Rumble match. You know what? Let's have him and Seth Rollins on a collision course for WrestleMania 41 for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 41. I'm going to say 41. I'm going to say 42. I'm sorry, people. So worry about WrestleMania 41 Las Vegas. That's the dumpster fire that was. Let's have Sami Zayn win the 2026 Royal Rumble match and have him dethrone Seth Rollins in Night 1 main event and have him beat Seth Rollins and win the WWE Championship. Remember, Sami Zayn, the first promo of the night, was looking for, I want to shot the World Heavyweight Championship and be World Champion sooner rather than later. He wants it, but on his own terms. And what a way of perfect terms like this. Have Sami Zayn win the 2026 Men's Royal Rumble match and have him dethrone Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 42 in New Orleans and win the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Wouldn't that be a freaking moment of a lifetime, man, for Sami? That would be perfect. Perfect, man. Perfect storytelling for that. That's just me. I guess I'll give an A. Best thing on the show. I'm very big storytelling for going to Backlash, and there's a lot of matches heavily bigger for Backlash last night. Appreciate Triple H for doing that big time as well. That's your World Show for Monday, Raw, April 28, 2025. This will get all gave a B+. So not as great as last week. Last week's show got a A-. But this grade's no be a grade of B+. It's still a pretty fun grade, in all honesty, as well. B+ is your overall show grade for Monday, Raw, April 28, 2025 review. Thank y'all for watching. Nolan, Mr. Lucas, Monday, Raw, April 28, 2025 review. See you April 29th of 2025. And catch y'all tomorrow for your NXT April 28th, 29th, 2025 review. And also your flagship Nolan, Mr. Lucas podcast, episode number 7 as well. What's number 6? No, it's number 7, obviously. I'll catch y'all tomorrow for more content. Nolan, Mr. Lucas, and the YouTube side of things. Be sorry, right? I'm out. Take care. Love you all big time, to say the least.